Hello everybody, Julia here. I have a new video featuring Purple Onion Designs products, and today I want to show you how you can create a very soft distressed background. Check it out. Now here are some of the new stamps from Purple Onion Designs, and I'm going to be using that beautiful arch stamp. I'm also going to be using Belle, the little frog, and from an older stamp, that's Daisy, the little chick, and of course I also need a sentiment. But first of all, let's talk about how to use these red rubber stamps. I have an acrylic block here, and on one side I've adhered Tack and Peel, which is about 1/8 of an inch thick, and it is adhesive on both sides. One side sticks permanently to the acrylic block, and to the other side you stick your rubber stamp. If at some point it's not adhesive anymore, just wash it off under warm water. That's what I do. I use just the same soap that I use for my hands and just rub it over the adhesive part, and once it dries, it's super sticky again, so you can reuse it forever. I'm using licorice ink because that's great for Copics, but I also have this one stamp that is already mounted. This is a mounted red rubber stamp that is on foam, and that will just stick to your regular acrylic block. So you don't stick it onto the adhesive Tack and Peel, you just stick it onto the regular block as you would use a clear stamp. Now for the background. I always admire Laura Basson when she does her ink blending because she can do such light ink blending. I get jealous every single time she does it. And when you watch her closely, you see that she always dabs off the color off to the side. And that actually helps because that takes away most of the color and just leaves a little bit on your blending tool. And that allows you to create a very, very soft gradient, nothing too intense, because, for example, for this card, I wanted to have a very, very light color. Yes, you'll have to grab ink more often to get more intense color, but at least you have the option to only go in there with very light color. And I did it the same way for the green and the blue. All the colors and supplies will be listed in the video description below. And I was really delighted that I could work this out. Of course, I also had a mishap happening. I guess it's going to happen really soon here. Well, here I was not aware that anything bad would ever happen to me. I was just blending away. And then I'm grabbing more ink and boom. No! Yeah, that happened and I had to do it again. So I had to do this twice because, you should not have the ink pad close to your project. I learned my lesson. So after I'd calmed down and done it again, I went on to Copic color my images here, and I decided to do a very light Copic coloring. You could always go very dark, but I didn't want that. So I did a very light Copic coloring with my neutral gray markers here, always blending from dark to light. I'm going to play some music for you for the coloring, and then I'll catch you when we put this card together. Sorry that I went a little bit off screen there with the coloring. I didn't notice while I was recording. The camera is so high above me, I don't always see what I'm doing there. Now for stamping the sentiment, I'm using my Stamp-A-Magic because I want to make sure that it's straight, because usually it isn't. You can't see through the rubber stamp, so a Stamp-A-Magic is always so super helpful. Just sliding the positioning tool here back in after I've made sure that the sentiment will go there where I want, sliding in the acrylic block, pressing down lightly, and here we go. Straight sentiment, yeah, that's how you do it. I had fuzzy cut my images, it was actually quite easy, and put some foam tape behind them, and then I'm just adhering them to my card base here. Here's my little chick that I didn't show you how I colored it because it was totally off screen, sorry for that. And then here's little Belle, one of the new stamps that is offering some flowers to the little chick. And of course I also had to add some sequins by Pretty Pink Posh. There are sparkling clear sequins, and I think that's lime green, but I will be listing all the supplies in the video description below. And I'm adhering them with glossy accents that I'm squeezing through this super fine applicator to make sure I only get a dropout and not, like huge blob. And the sequins always add just a little bit of sparkle, and I also added some dots with my Stardust gel pen. And I also like to hide my sequins a little bit behind the images just to show just how much dimension I have on a card. So here are my little two critters which are offering flowers to each other. It's so cute. I don't know. I just think it's super, super cute. These two little guys. And you can see I added some dots with my white gel pen to Belle. And here's the entire card for your viewing pleasure. I hope you've enjoyed it and you've gotten inspired and you want to check out those Purple Onion design stamps because they're just so adorable. Thank you for any comments you leave. Thank you for a thumbs up, and I hope you'll subscribe because there's a lot more videos to come. Cheers!